Mas aqui é um nível completamente diferente. Cada erro, por mínimo que seja, custa muito caro aqui.
Welcome! It's time to get day 3 of knockout stage is started. Group B wrapped up yesterday, and what a show it was, huh? Asian teams are leading strong. But Brazil, Latin, and Mina are fighting really hard too. Today, it all ends, my friends. 12 teams will rise and move on to Point Rush on the road to the grand finals. Stay with us, feel every second. This is where Free Fire history is made. And now, let's meet the teams who will take the stage today and fight to leave their mark on the Esports World Cup. First up is Vision System! RRQ! Los! What an entrance! The Kidia Esports Arena is open. And now Free Fire squads have entered the battleground. Each one of them here are chasing glory. Each one are ready to survive the storm. But before we drop into the action, let's take a little trip into the wild. One of our brave reporters has been out in the field tracking rare creatures, the Free Fire pro play. This one you know. The rituals, the movements, the natural habitats. Let's go now into the wild. The world of EWC Deadliest Hunters. Let's go.
Good day, mate. It's me here, Admat, the Play Hunter. We are now right here in Riyadh Boulevard, Ross City for Esports World Cup 2025. And I'm here to try to find out what does our pro player doing here in Boulevard. It seems that I'm lost. Can't seem to find anyone here. Could we find a pro player here to see what they're doing? Where are they? I still can't see them. I think the map's broken. Maybe here? Oh, crikey. Spots a few pro players walking. Not you. It looks like they are entering some sort of an arena. I think we should go. Let's go. Let's find out what are they doing. Mate, we are now right here in some sort of arena. It called itself as STC Gaming Arena, but I'm not so sure. And it looks like I have spotted a few pro players doing some sort of ritual. I do not dare to get close. Crikey, look at that. They are trying to get the luck from the previous team that has won before. Such an amazing behavior. Nothing like that have we been seeing. They're trying to pull all the luck from the previous winner. Hey, oh my God, it looks like they are going away. Come, let's go, Hunter. Go. Crikey, that was so good. Hello, guys. Hello, I'm up. Hello. I'm up for the pick. I know. Nice. I better. Oh, you're up. Yeah. Thank you. All right, we're going to catch up towards the pro player. It looks like they have to. Well, let's go. We don't miss it. Let's go. We're almost off it. Let's go. Oh, sorry. It's right. Oh, it looks like they added another one. Now there's 3. What a weird behavior. I think this is the continuous chanting for good luck. Mate, this is something I don't see every day. Oh, crikey, it looks like they have done their ritual. They have went back to their habitat. And that it's all here at Boulevard EWC 2025. I'll see you guys later. Danger.
Welcome to the Free Fire at the Esports World Cup 25 knockout stage, day number 3, where nothing is granted, everything is earned. You're here to start the show with me, Husky, and the Mustachio AJ. 6 more rounds between Group A and Group C, and until then, we'll find out which 12 teams will make it to Point Rush and eventually the grand finals.
Everything is earned, in some case stolen. That's exactly what we want to tune into today. Group E, unfortunately, they have laid their chances to rest. 12 games in total. They've pulled away whatever they can pull from the competition. Alpha 34, it doesn't take a genius to figure out they are definitely not going to be at Point Rush. But the question still is in the balance. Hot shots from Pakistan. Will they make it? 87 points. That's not too much, Husky.
Yeah, that's not too much, but they ended yesterday in 7th spot.
Yeah.
That's a spot higher than what we wanted from them. We wanted them to just be in top 8, and they did, and they went one step above. And like you said, the question is, can they still survive today? We still need 5 more teams at least to not make it. Alpha 34, they did their best to drag Hotshot Esports down, and let's see if that has paid off.
Of course, there were some questions in the air. Will Fluxo make it? 106 points in total. Obviously, it's not the most up there at the top of the leaderboard. Fun fact, last year they got 102 points and they scraped through at the 12th spot. So it's a little bit better, but either way, it looks like they are going to be making it through. Of course, it's going to take a mountain of effort from any of the teams currently in the bottom 6 to oust Fluxo from their 4th spot. 106 points is quite tough to reach, because if you look at Virtus Pro, down in the 13th place, they've only got 52 points, so quite a journey for them to climb up. And we got to also remember they're going up against the other teams from Group A and C. Obviously, they're going to be picking up those points as well, so it's not as straightforward every single game. These teams need to be in that final circle. Speaking of final circle, Red Hawks, if they want to stand a chance, they need to be in every single final circle with a minimum of 5 to 7 eliminations. And dude, that's tough, man. They only performed for 3 games on their first day of play.
Yeah, exactly, and that's how brutal this format is. You only get 2 play days in the knockout stage. Every single round that you kind of give away to your opponents, you need to make up for it twice as hard. And I think for Red Hawks, I agree with the calculation. We kind of went over the numbers behind the scenes, but I gotta add another caveat today. I think a booyah is necessary for Red Hawks, right? Just in case, just as insurance policy, as we head into game number 1. Again, the final 6 rounds before we find out which top team will make it through. We're heading over to Bermuda once more, and for fans out there, you can rest assured that this flight path is very, very generous, straight down the middle.
Absolutely, and of course, it's going to be fair and easy. EVOS Esports, though, they are the group stage leaders with 154 points at the very top. Everybody thought it was going to be Core Memory sticking it at the very top, but of course, beating them with those 4 points. And Rasya definitely faced it with a huge smile on his face. A majority of the eliminations pulled away by the Wonder Kid. And this was that fair flight path that we were talking about. Peak totally conquered by Buriram alone, and Dragon splitting up very early in the game. I don't feel good about this.
You know what I don't feel good about as well, AJ? VP and Red Hawks. They both just dropped in the same spot, and we see very early gunfights, and this is gonna be very bad for Red Hawks if they don't make out of this alive. Ideally, if you can somehow beat VP, that would be great. We've seen Red Hawks pull off miracle in the earlier rounds in day 1, but that's a day 1 thing, right? That's the thing. That's the unknown. But right now, I think VP have studied Red Hawks. They need to somehow make this work.
And of course, if the Bangladeshi players want to stand a chance here, they have to play the reversal here however possible. Plasma gun in the hands of Flicker. Shot up from up top. Great rotation by Puwara. Has got the AUG in hand. Great range on that gun, and Flicker does not want to challenge him. But now all the players all together down on the ground. Puwara with his head sticking out. This is danger zone, but he's managing the situation well.
Yeah. With very limited resources to work with, these movements are a lot more important. So Red Hawks go into a 3-1 split. They leave Flicker on the flank. Same as Virtus Pro, who have the same idea. So if whoever can catch the flanker first is going to come out on top. We see Diamond already going on the hunt. VP changing from 3-1 to a 2-2 split. Kutun will make first contact. Good damage being dealt. Fuara getting down by Blade. And now Red Hawks spring into action. Nameless also goes down. A trade comes from the side of Diamond, but VP are losing numbers.
Beautifully played. The revival comes through in the nick of time by Diamond. And he's going to get sprayed down. What a save coming on through. X-Force is there with the double vectors as well. Great rate of fire. Damage not too much. But Red Hawks has got this in their pockets. 3 players taken out of the equation already. 1 more playing his chances up against 2. The M590 and the MP5. Exposing. Riptide Rhythm to break down their defenses, but that's just asking for trouble early. Kutush finds the knock. And Virtus Pro off on the back foot, and Red Hawks picking up a very, very, very important win here at the start of this game.
Feels like deja vu from game number 1. Blade drops back in just in time to loot the rewards, the bounty that the rest of his teammates have laid out on the floor alongside the corpses of the Virtus Pro players. And I gotta say, Nurjet saved that fight because the rest of his teammates were down and Nurjet clutched it. Thankfully for VP, someone was revived. The run continues for the Polar Bears, but it's not gonna get any easier. Same can be said for Vision System because Lost has them in the crosshairs.
Yeah, Vision System needs a miracle to qualify for Point Rush today, but they go up against one of the most dangerous teams out there in Brazil, and I dare say in the competition. But they are mowing them down. Unbelievable stuff. Rigby 245. Final player in here, round 1 picked up right quickly. And Vision System could not go in for the final blow, but they still outnumber the players of Lost.